Cheryl Collins behind the camera for Collins Artworks Art Center, 18 High Street in Clinton, Mass. We're at Thayer Memorial Library at 717 Main Street in Lancaster. And here today is Beverly Fratoni, who just hung her work for her art show that's going to be here from May through June 2011. Beverly's a very talented artist, and I know I'm embarrassing her a little bit, but she has several beautiful works here, and they can't be missed. I wouldn't miss them. They're all for sale, and I'm going to ask her some questions, going to look at her work. There'll also be stills on the website at collinsartworks.com. Come on down and see her work. It's worth the time and effort. Thank you. Now, Bev, tell me about your beautiful work and your background in art.
Okay. I'm from Munster, Massachusetts, and I've taken a lot of art classes throughout my life, watercolor, oil, acrylics, illustration classes, and basically when I was just out of high school, I did a lot of oils, and after that, I started doing pen and inks and started doing pen and inks for people's houses. And it was a part-time business that I had. And after a while, it got a little tedious, and I decided to try watercolors and combining that with the pen and ink. And I find that I really like that more. And I also love doing collages. Sometimes I'll be in the middle of an acrylic painting and I just need to do something more fun or something quick, and I'll do either a quick monoprint or a collage. But for instance, this collage was quite consuming because even though it's a small picture, it's a 12 by 12, I hand painted every little piece of paper.
Beautiful.
And put a lot of different designs into it, small little designs to compose a larger design. I'm also very into symbols, and this particular one started with thinking about stars, the fact that they're celestial, but they're also in human thoughts. They're considered somebody who, might have star power, or just I like to think about what the symbolism is all about.
Oh, thank you.
And I start from there. Then I will get a design in mind and start creating different papers and decide on a color. A sort of color combination, and it's sort
quite
of
beautiful.
From there.
It's really beautiful. You have to come and see it. It's amazing. All this is done, hand done. All the papers that she's made, all painted herself. And here's another collage. This is a beautiful one. It's called No Time to Waste. Quite beautiful.
It's a more playful one that I did, more colorful. Obviously, the dials sort of remind you of time and a clock, but I also was thinking that one needs to play and have time to play, and that was my thinking for this painting.
Now, Lee, I'm going to go back to the other one for a minute because I want people to see the contrast between the two, how very different they are, and the papers that she makes. It's quite beautiful. These are gold tones. The other one is more cool tones. This one is called A Star is Born, and I forgot to say that. And these are quite beautiful. You see the contrast between the two. Beautiful. And all these are handmade papers.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yep. Look at that. All hand-painted and everything. Quite beautiful. Let's go on to the next one. This is different. This is a pen and ink and watercolor painting, which is quite beautiful. Look at the detail in this piece. It's quite gorgeous. And this one is called Pickety Place. Tell me about this one.
Pickety Place is a restaurant actually up in New Hampshire, sort of in a remote area. And I love doing landscapes of places that I have been, that places I have an emotional attachment to. And I've gone back there many times with girlfriends, with sisters, with my daughter-in-law. and it's just a place I love, and it's got a lot of historical significance too. It's I guess it's the inspiration for the poem Little Red Riding Hood.
Wow, wow, beautiful.
And the tree really attracted me at first when I started taking pictures, because it was just, there was so much texture in there, and that's where I just said, oh, I've got to do a pen and ink of that.
That's beautifully, beautifully painted and drawn. Thank you. The next piece is another collage. And this again, she's made every single paper. She's handmade, hand painted, and then cut them to fit the design. This is a beautiful piece. This is called Blue Heaven. Really beautiful. Do you have anything to say about this piece?
This was inspired by my mother. There's a lot of, she had passed away shortly before I started this painting, and it was sort of my emotions running through this painting, and as it turns out, I think the snowflake there reminds me of a gentle person, which my mother was, and it's got a celestial look to it, and it just reminds me of her.
Well, this is a very familiar, iconic image.
This is the stone church, Mount Wachusett, not Wachusett.
Right on Route 110, and you can see it as you're going from Clinton or Sterling, West Boylston area over to over the reservoir. It's a very iconic building that I've even done some plein air painting there.
Have you?
Yes. It's a really fun place to paint.
Yes.
That's beautifully done. This is in watercolor. Gorgeous. And this one is called Seagulls in Salem. Very beautiful piece also. Is there any?
I love to put creatures in my paintings, and the seagulls there really caught my eye. So I was really attracted to that scene. And I love doing rocks. You'll notice there's rocks in a lot of my paintings. I love to do rocks.
Beautiful. Okay. And we're moving on in the library. As you can see, this is a very beautiful library. This is the adult reference room. And we'll go on to the next piece, which is a pastel this time. This is Mallets at Play.
Yes, I was I was walking the rail trail in Sterling, and I came across these ducks and took some pictures. And they looked like they were playing. They looked like they were having a little social affair. They were just sort of swimming around each other. So I decided to do the picture in pastel because it just seemed to work out the best as far as getting all those beautiful lines in.
That's very beautiful. Nice piece. Remember, she's offering a lot of these pieces for sale, but also for G-clay images, G-clay prints, which are reproduction done on a printer, inkjet printer with pigments that are sprayed. We make those at Collins Artworks.
I did want to say one more thing. I just got a ribbon for this. I came in second place in pastels at the Leominster Art Association just this past weekend.
Very nice, very nice. This one's called Gondola Ride. It's in watercolor. Can you tell me more about this piece?
This one I had done from a picture, and I just fell in love with the scene. Italy is a place I hope to be going to soon, and I am just fascinated. I was fascinated with those beautiful walls in the background and the arched doors, and Venice is just one of those mysterious places that I want to do more paintings of. Okay,
this one is on sale, and it also can be on a G-clay print as well. And this one is a pen and ink.
Pen and ink in watercolor. It was done in Salem, Massachusetts. It's right on the water, on the wharf. That particular house is a ticket booth. And I have gone there many times and taken pictures and love the rocks and the particular little house there with the blue-green house. I've always loved that. So I really took great joy in doing that in pen and ink, and then doing a lot of color washes over it.
And it's called Salem Willows. Very nice, beautiful. Very nice. Can we go on to the next one?
Okay, it's another watercolor. This is Tea Time, a still life that I had done. I hadn't done too many still lifes, and it was a really, really cold winter day. So I knew I wasn't going to go out and take pictures or anything. So this is one of the still lifes I had done this past winter.
This is very beautiful piece. It's very rendering is very lovely. It make a nice painting in anybody's kitchen. This is the original is for sale and also offered as a G clay print, and it's called Tea Time. Beautiful. Very nice. I love your colors that you pick for your paintings, for your work. It's outstanding. Okay, we're coming to the last two pieces.
Okay, this is the mono print. I'm anxious to do more of these.
Can you explain what that is for our audience?
Okay, that's when you take paints and you're actually painting on glass, and then you lay moist paper down over the glass, and you rub the back of the paper, and you make a print.
Wow, interesting.
And the print came out really good, and I was so happy with it, and barely had to do much more touching up with it. I did add a little pastel to it here and there, but I was pretty happy with it, and I'm anxious to do more of it. It's a fascinating thing when you just want to do a quick sketch of something and just play with your colors. You can do this real quick, and I think it's just a fascinating art form.
And this is also on sale, and it's called Street Lamp. And now on to our last piece.
This is another collage.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's called Solar Energy.
The symbolism is the sun and the energy that comes with the sun, and the fern down there just represents the plant life that is given us by all the by sunlight, and just wanted to make it look real energetic.
That's a beautiful show and these outstanding pieces. I hope that we have a lot of people come on down and look at these. These are bargains. You got to see these. These are really gorgeous. Contact Cheryl Collins of Collins Artworks if you want to buy or purchase any of these pieces or G Clay reproductions. Please give us a call at 978-368-3300. Thank you, Beverly.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.